President-elect Trump is coming to the White House because the president invited him as part of this transfer, peaceful transfer of power. There's going to be a pool spray at the top in the Oval Office before the meeting commences. And so you all and some of your colleagues will certainly have an opportunity to hear or to see that, to see the two of them sitting down together. I don't have anything beyond that. I don't have an agenda to share. It's, we try to keep these, certainly these types of conversations private, and just don't have anything beyond that to share. This is part of the process. When we talk about peaceful transfer of power, this is what you're seeing. It's kind of the beginning of that. When you see the current president and the president who's coming in, sitting down in the Oval Office and having a discussion. Don't have any details to share at this time. Okay.
Thanks, Karine. Can you confirm whether or not Mrs. Trump has accepted Dr. Biden's invitation to come to the White House as well?
Don't have any updates, or we don't have any scheduling updates to give. I would certainly reach out to the Trump transition team to get more clarity on that question. I just don't have anything to share at this time.
And can you say whether President Biden is pleased with how the transition is going so far?
I mean, look, what the president is committed to doing is making sure that this transition is effective, efficient, and he's doing that because it is the norm, yes, but also the right thing to do for the American people. That's what they deserve. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow. They're going to have a meeting tomorrow, and certainly that will continue. As you know, Chief of Staff Jeff Zients has been pretty open and available to the Trump transition team, and will continue to do so. We want this to go well. We want this to be a process that gets the job done, if you will. And so, look, it's certainly, we're going to do everything that we can. The president trusts his team to get that done and do it the best way possible. And that is our commitment. That's what I can speak to.
Just lastly, are there areas that this White House or President Biden's administration are trying to shore up or protect from a Trump administration, perhaps trying to push back or pull back on some of the legislative and other executive order and other gains that the president is proud of?
Yeah, no, I appreciate the question. Certainly don't have any policy announcements or anything like that to speak to. What I can say more broadly, if you will, is say that, look, more broadly, the president's legislation is helping all Americans across the country. And what we would say is that we saw what happened when Republicans in Congress tried to repeal, for example, the ACA, Affordable Care Act. They tried to do it more than 50 times. It was something that they were so laser focused on. And meanwhile, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, was incredibly popular, became more and more popular. And under this administration, we expanded the Affordable Care Act so that millions more Americans could get that benefit, get that care that they so very much needed. And we can't forget that if you think about beating Big Pharma, if you think about lowering costs, if you think about CHIPS and Science Acts, those policies are overwhelmingly popular. And so I think if they were to try to do that, Republicans in Congress were trying to do that in the next Congress, the country would speak out. They would make themselves speak out really loud and clear about taking away legislation, obviously, that are now laws that are helping the American people, whether it's creating good paying jobs, whether it is attacking climate change in a way that is going to be effective, the most progressive climate change legislation that the president was able to get done, making sure that Medicare is able to negotiate to lower costs. All these things matter to the American people, are incredibly popular. And they've tried to repeal that